It's freezing out here, and we're gonna give you some tips on how to stay warm in your RV.
Fred, I'll keep you warm.
Maybe I should do it again. I'll get another kiss.
Well, guys, you can use styrofoam. And like 1 inch thick styrofoam, that's about 1 inch thick. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you want to get it. It's like $10 to $12 a sheet. Cut it tight so it fits snug in the window, right to the edge. Put it in your windows, and yes, it says the manufacturer's name, but that's how we got it cheap. So you just put your curtain down. You guys don't want to put this on all your windows because you don't want to live in a cave, right? But put it on the main windows that you don't use. It doesn't look too bad. From the outside, it looks pretty good. If you're worried about the green or the color writing on it, well, just paint it with spray paint or something. To be honest, I'd rather stay warm, and color's not a real big issue to me right now.
Make sure when you pick your lot that you are in the sun. In the summertime, you must be in the shade. In the wintertime, you must be in the sun. Solar passive. We haven't turned on our heat at all. We just open our windows and it comes in. Look at the temperature of that.
111.
Oh, that means your RV's getting solar passive heating.
Look, guys, there's a door behind there. It's about 101 degrees. When you put a blanket over it, it's about 83.
It may sound crazy to you, but the same things that we've showed you to keep the cool air in and the heat out will definitely keep the cool air out and keep the heat in. The other thing that we've implemented is an electric blanket. I don't know why we didn't have it last year, but I'm telling you what, it's been amazing. No, they're not all scratchy. Okay, so an electric blanket, a king-size electric blanket, will use 360 watts of power. But you don't have to run it wide open. So what we do is we turn it on nice and high, we take our showers, we get our jammies on, our dogs love it, and then we get in the bed and we lower it down to 2. I lower it to 2 or on low. Your pets will thank you too.
Go.
While we paid a pretty penny for our blanket because it was a king-size bed, and we got 2 separate little handy things where you can control your temperature. There are smaller ones. I think they go down to twin. They're a lot cheaper, twin is. And they also have throws, which we may be buying for our girls to keep on the couch
like
to keep them
$40.
warm. The other thing is this foam insulating thingy that you put up in your Fantastic fan hole. You can either use it for cooling or heating, you know, to keep the heat out or the heat in. We have found that it has helped tremendously. They're about $9 and you can get it at your big box store or Amazon. See, that's where it fits.
Now you guys can get some backup heaters, and they're small little heaters. They take like 1500 watts. 1500 watts is a lot of power, okay? But on this one, this actually goes down. It's digital, and I have high-low, and low mode is only 900 watts. So that helps us a little bit, but they still pull a lot of power. But they're good to have for backups, you know? If you want to put it in your bedroom at night, not heat your whole RV if it's a big RV, then just use this. Some of your AC units have heat pumps. This one right here does not have a heat pump, but the one in the center of the RV does have a heat pump. And they're pretty nice because what a heat pump is it's an air conditioner that the process is reversed. So the compressor just runs backwards, and it puts off heat instead of cool, which is energy efficient because it's the same amount to run your RV for RV's AC as it is your RV's heat. Not all RVs have heat pumps, so if you don't have a heat pump, well, then you can't run them. And you can't run heat pumps below freezing temperatures anyways. They're not efficient. So if it's below freezing, you're going to have to run your furnace. But you can get heat strips in some units. Now this unit has 3 AC units. One is in the middle, and that's a heat pump, and one on each side are just regular AC units. But I found out that you can actually put heat strips in your AC unit. So you can actually run, through your air conditioner, you can run heat as a heater. You just go to your thermostat. You can plug in a heat strip and change your thermostat out in some RVs. This one, we can do it to the front and the rear. We cannot do it to the center because that's our heat pump.
The other option is if you're in a room and you don't want to use a small little portable heater, go for one of these. They are really good for heating up just a room that you're in if you don't want to heat up the rest of the RV, and plus it's a pretty little ambiance. Keep in mind, they draw a lot of power. The other thing to remember when you are deciding if you want to go into an area where it gets below freezing or close to freezing, you need to make sure that your RV has an Arctic pack. What does an Arctic pack mean? That means that you either have a heated underbelly, which throws like your propane and stuff like that down underneath, or you have like, it's almost like a heater pad around all of your piping in your tanks.
And just because you have an Arctic pack or a seasonal thing on your door of your RV and you bought it and then the salesman says, you know what, well, you can just sleep anywhere with this thing, nothing's going to freeze. That is far from true, okay? If you have an Arctic pack or something seasonal on your RV, trust me, if it gets to 10 degrees and the winds start blowing at 30, 40 miles an hour, that's called a wind chill. That wind chill will freeze your tanks. I don't care what kind of heat pads you have on them, they will freeze. So they don't really count the the wind chill in with the temperature. They're telling you the temperature, not telling you the 30 degrees colder it can get with the wind chill. And don't forget to buy a heated hose. Yes, they're very expensive. They could be over $100, but they work really well. You can also put a little heat strip in your hose and then wrap them with insulation. That's good too. I think that's the route we're going to go, because, well, it's less expensive when you have a really good quality hose anyway, so I'm going to use the hose we have. So instead of spending $130 for a heated hose, I'm going to get a little heat strip for $30 that goes around the hose, and you just wrap it with wrap insulation, which is very inexpensive. But wrap your hose, and don't forget to wrap the little nozzle water thingy around your hose. Like, wrap that whole thing and don't leave any gap or anything. Wrap the whole thing. And you can never have enough propane. We got two 40s right here. We got a backup 30. And we have two more 30s right here. Now keep in mind, in a fifth wheel, the underbelly has to stay warm on certain fifth wheels because you got the plumbing under here in the water. And that'll keep you... So you want to run your propane too. Don't just run all electric and say, well, I'm saving propane. You can't do that, because you have to run that propane a little bit to keep everything warm underneath. Usually there's little vents underneath, under the underbelly, to keep things warm, and, well, this one has vents and you have to use it. That's about it, guys. I hope this helped you out. Leave your temperature below in the comments. I'd like to see this winter what your temperature is, right below. Leave it if it's like 20 degrees or it's like a wind chill of 30 degrees.
Or where they are.
Or where you're at. Leave where you're at and then leave the temperature where you're at in this video. That's cool. We'd like to see that. Heather asked for that too, so leave it below. See you guys. Love ya.
Like us and share us. You know you'll find us funny.